All right, we got that. That's good. Oh, fuck me. Oh, shit, I need a link here. Oh, shit, I need a link here. There we go. Oh, shit, I need a link here. There we go. Wow, hang on guys. Had some bad, okay guys, had some weird echo there. I was trying to get the link. Give me 1 sec here, we'll get started here. I just let the guys know we're getting started here. So, hey, Modern Picasso, Ben Boyd, appreciate you guys showing up. Oh, Modern, I don't think you posted. Damn, I was looking for something from you. Let me get over here. Did you? Maybe you snuck one in at the end. Oh, you dirty dog. Nope, you didn't. You got nothing you like? Can't believe that. Good a technician as you are. All right, what do I got here? So I got, oh shit, I can't see, it's a little different when I use this thing. I guess we're okay here. I think we're good. Okay, we'll give it another minute here. Let's get a few more in here. Modern, come on, man. Count on you. And a few others. All right, I got kind of a weak lineup today. I had to do some serious nudging to get a full list here. All right. So first up, Ben B, that's got to be you. So I've got your SPX, which is funny. I do the TA on the futures, but we'll do it here. I'll just start from scratch, and we'll get it going here. Well, I'll just give people another minute or two. Oh shit, we'll give them another minute. I got to turn off the other thing. Hang on. I'll have alerts going off all day if I don't. Okay, ES is fine too. Well, that's all right. I'll do the SPX, right? Because it's fresh, right? I don't have all my stuff on it. I got a good new. Oh, it's funny, right? Market structure has become so popular, right? You got a handful of paid products that are quite good, but I've got I'm surprised this guy's put a lot of work into this. It's a freebie. I think it's right there with Sonar Labs. So sorry, Sonar. We'll look at that in a second here. Oh, we got. Let's see. So where's the top of my list? NB, and then Jesus, it does this weird thing where I can't see who. It's weird. Okay, another minute. How we doing? Okay, we're good. I think we are. We good? Let me get over here. Ben B, SPX. Okay, we're good. All right, let me get rid of the disclaim. All right, guys, how's it going? Okay, there we go. All right, so we're good here. I guess you guys can. Shouldn't be, right? You guys have. It's about a 30-second lag, Ben, between when I say we're good and it goes. So I have no Elliott Wave on this. So I just brought this up from scratch. Excuse me, and I wanted to show you guys this. This is a wow. Is this a good product? And it's totally free. Totally free. So for any of you that are like, I kind of like some of that market structure stuff. Well, there's it's sort of like Elliott Wave, right? It's like you can use software to do the counting for you, but you're never going to really learn it the same way if you do it, unless you do it yourself. Now, once you have good knowledge of Elliott Wave, using a tool like Motive Wave or there's a few of them out there. I mean, even TradingView has now some Elliott Wave built into it. It's not quite like doing it yourself, and market structure kind of the same thing, right? There's an efficiency here that you pick up from having software. Okay, well, here's a break of structure. Let's make a distinction between change of character and break of structure. There's benefit there. Again, many of the people that teach it, and I've spent a tremendous amount of time studying, learning, right? I mean, I was not extremely well versed in it. when it started to hit the market as the TA of choice. So I've spent a lot of time studying and have used some of those tools to assist. Now, so let me show you this product. It's called, well, let me give you the guy, so I'm going to give this guy just a straight plug here. It's called Price Action Concepts. No affiliate, this is a free product. The way I find him is from Hunter, Hunter Algos. Again, I don't know the guy. I joined his Discord and sent him a DM to say, hey, interesting product, like what you're doing. No reply. So this little suite here, he's got 3 of these. There's, excuse me, the price action concepts, which is essentially just SMC, multi-time frame fair value gaps, and liquidity concepts. These are all quite good, right? For a free product, giving it away. So I can strongly, so you'll see it here, right? So this is, now if I take liquidity concepts off, now I just have a 21 McGinley, and oh shit, here's another one. I'm just, again, another freebie, multi-time frame. Oh fuck, who does this one? About this script, who is this guy? JP7FX. Don't know the guy. It's a nice product. This is more traditional. It's going to be the down before the up. You're more generic approach to market structure, right? So it's not putting qualifiers on it, which some in this space will tell you, okay, well if I don't have displacement and I don't sweep some liquidity, the order block is not valid or less likely to be support or resistance. It's kind of nice to know that they're there. So this is a very traditional approach to it. So this combo right here, between multi-time frame, did you guys get that? JFS, right? If not, you can rewind it, or if you need it, a little bit of an echo, Ben. Oh shit. Is that any better? I've got a new mic here. Shared a macro chart. Okay, modern. I love when I nudge these guys. I can almost always get something from them. So again, not to. Again, I think when I find something like this, I figured it'd be worthwhile. Certainly show it to members and any YouTubers that are interested in this kind of stuff. That look at Sonar and go, oh, I don't know, do I want to spend? Shit, I don't even know what it is. $59. I think it's $59 a month. If you don't want to spend that, these are really pretty good alternate choices. Cian Salazar is one who always uses the order blocks from Sonar. I think you'll find these will be equally as good, if not better. So we've got price action concepts, so I'm going to turn that back on. So here we're getting the breaks of structure. Again, it's useful. Liquidity concepts, right? So I'm just getting, okay, where, right, as is the case, contemporary trading 2023, where's the liquidity? If you don't know, you are the liquidity, as they say. Now, if I were to turn on Sonar, right, you can see Sonar coming on. It's pretty. It's not like there's a dramatic difference, right? So, sorry, Sonar. I like you guys. I mean, I like your product. When you were the only game in town, we referred it to a lot of people, but this is now it's so good. Why pay? Sorry. Okay. So then the only other one on here that's kind of interesting would be in that same spirit of, okay, I'm looking for an order block that had displacement come out of it. So this is a breakout finder. So what it's doing is well, let's see if I can go in there here. I'll get started on the TA in a second. So this would be, so here's a decent example where you can look at this and say, okay, the idea is not to trade the breakout. The idea is to identify the location from which the breakout started, right? So here was the support. I mean, you could call this a breaker block, right? So this was a demand zone. Here we come back to it. You might have been anticipating. Well, look here. So, oh, fuck, here. I moved these things around. It takes me a minute to find them. Where did I put it? Here. Okay, so here. I'll use this. All right, up we go. We come back, right? That's the play, right? Oh, up we go. Hey, stragglers missed their orders. Not everybody gets filled. Now we're coming back again, right? Do we get a second bounce, right? That you might have been very reasonable to be thinking that. Very reasonable. Oh, well, it was support before. We didn't get to the 50% of that zone, so perhaps we'll get another reaction here, but we get the opposite, right? So now look. We come back to it. Right, now we go again, right? So there's another breakout here. Now we're coming back here to fill the gap, probably, right? This is the SPX, right? So we're going to have bigger gaps. Filling the gap, down we go. Now look what we just did here, right? Coming back, right? There's the demand zone. I mean, does it work? There's nothing that works all the time. It's so silly, some of the stuff that I see that comes into my email or just posted on YouTube. 99% winner. Jesus, the one that's... It gives TA and educators a bad name. There's one that's circulating now from, the ICT guys. Again, there's a lot of value there, but why does it get hyped? Well, there's one. If you Google this, there's probably 25 of these. Quit your 9-to-5 job in 3 weeks with this ICT entry. Come on. Why do you post shit like that, right? So what's the thought? You're just going to take advantage of the naive, right? And that somehow is going to be good for your business? I think that's a mistake. I don't do that, but it's a free country. Okay, so I think we got all of that established here. So you can see there's just the point of all that is like, oh fuck, okay, well do I need a 5 and a 3 and a 5 here? It's not going to hurt. Right. I mean, so the decisions you have to make, if you take something like this, right, which is perfectly valid here. I'm looking at a 4-hour here of the S&P. And now, do I need the Elliott Wave here? Do I need it? No, we don't need it. Right, we can still find support and resistance. We can still see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We can see all of that. What the Elliott Wave is giving you it's another framework, really, to where you're going to look at this and you're going to go, okay, well, oh shit, here, let me take some of this off. Let me get this. This one's kind of annoying. That's probably enough. Okay, so let's just look here. So this is so much a question, right? People are dealing with now, and particularly. So I run into it with regards to our members, right? So I can look here and go, okay, there's a 1, 2. Looks like 3, 4, 5, right? So at first glance, looks like, okay, what's the big deal? Is there a big deal? Well, I don't know that there is. All right. I mean, this is if you're looking for perfect, you don't need perfect. Okay, can I see an impulse here? Well, if this is my 3, I got a pretty good looking impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not hard, right? I mean, again, a 12-year-old could spot that, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got it. This is, not a, but you can see here, this is, again, right? If you can't spot the liquidity and what happened there, then you're not paying attention. Okay, right? So is there anybody confused about what happened here? Shouldn't be. Now I know you'd say like, oh, for fuck, man, that's hindsight. Well, but so what's the point of that? To say, what are you showing me? A trade that I didn't take, or it's too late to take? The point is that when you see this in the future, you go, oh, I know what you don't. There's no knowing. I know what could be happening here. How about we say it that way? Boy, that sure looks like they're sweeping liquidity there, and then what comes off of that? So how do you see when you're right here? Do you know? Well, it looks like oh. Well, the one thing we can agree on here. Well, no, I shouldn't say it that way. For 5 years, I've been preaching this. Don't buy that. That's a bad place to enter. Right? Again, I'm not saying it couldn't go. I'm just saying that's a very uncomfortable place to enter. You're counting on the market carrying on here, right? And most likely, particularly when you see equal highs like that, what would you? I mean, it's so obvious. It's like, oh fuck, man, seriously, because somebody bought that. Somebody bought it. Okay, so by the time we start to roll away from that, oh, okay, well now here's a big unmitigated order block, and this is kind of cool, right? This is I think Sonar does this as well. He's showing you the separation here between sellers and buyers. So if we come back here, you're more probable to run into sellers that didn't get filled here. Okay, if we come back here, now here I don't have that. Right, I don't know why, right? So there's not enough data, right? So here, right to the edge of it. Right, that's our high today. Where are we now? We're at 13. So we backed off a little bit, right? So we had some news this morning. Market was roaring out of the gate. Now we're cooling off a little bit. Okay, so back to where I was, which is, okay, what do I have here? The SPX is actually a little cleaner here. Okay, right, so with Elliott Wave, right, we complicate it way more than we need to, right? So often people hear me say, "Oh fuck, man, well you didn't get the exact, wasn't perfect." But I'm not a purist, right? Because I'm not trying to say, "Oh well, if I can't see a perfect 5 like I can here, if I can't see it in here, well then I can't trade it." I don't know what the count is in there. Nobody has a clean count. Now, is there an impulse in there? Probably not. Well, fuck, I'm on a 4 hour here. So you have to go, at some point, right, you have to look at this and go, okay, let's practically look at this and go, what's more probable here, right? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We don't have a great looking impulse there. Now we could go down to the 30 minute and the 5 minute and try and dig something out. But at this point, does it really fucking matter? Really, does it matter to what's going now that we're down here and I've got this perfect impulse here? At some point, you got to look at it and say, well, what's implied here? Is it perfect like this one? No. Well, then what would you do next, right? So then you look at it and say, okay, well, how is the geometry? How are the relationships with regards to fibs here? How do we look here? Well, this is kind of interesting, right? So if this is the 1, this is the 2, well, that would be a high probability location for the third. So we're coming in literally at like to the tick, 1618. But that's of the third, right? So the third here, we're coming in, we're just shy of the 127. So it's not, it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not perfect that way. But then slow down. And then you look at it and go, wait a minute. If this is 1 and this is 2, and I got a perfect impulse here, and we go right to the 1618, maybe the count here, I can use that. Again, we don't know. There's no knowing. But I can look at this and go, if that's a 1 and that's a 2, well, what do I need here? I need an impulse. I mean, assuming you're going to apply Elliott Wave rules and guidelines. Okay, so all of a sudden, you got to look here and say, well, wait a minute. Well, why couldn't I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Why couldn't I do that? So often, you want to be critical of your own work. Let's get that and say, okay, and I'll do this all the time. I'll look at the obvious, right? Okay, that looks obvious. I mean, it looks obvious, right? So then you look at it and you got to pick it apart and say, okay, what's wrong with it? Why not that? I just said, if this is a 1 and this is a 2, where's the highest probability location for the third? Okay, right? So nobody wants to think, everybody wants to think the correction's over, right? Could it be A, B, C? Yes. Couldn't it? Right? So herein lies the conundrum of Elliott Wave, right? Or just all TA. It could be an ABC. Why couldn't it? It could be a 1, 2, 3. How are we going to know? We're not. We're not going to know. Oh fuck, come here. Until we get resolution here. Right now, oh boy, look at the geometry. I'm not drawing those. Market draws those, right? I'm just connecting the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, how would that fit in the context? And then, see, this is where you start to stitch it all together. Okay, well, if this is ABC, right, would that make sense here? Because then you'd be thinking, well, wait a minute. Isn't this 1, 2, 3, oh, there's your ABC, and we're going to go like that, right? Wouldn't that be it? Well, of course, right, we can't do that, right, because we have the overlap here. So when I say you can't do that, you can't apply Elliott rules and guidelines here and call that an impulse. And you can't really call it a diag because it's not a series of 3s. So you're kind of stuck with, oh, okay, looks like this is ABC, right? So now, oh, fuck, I guess it doesn't matter, right? So ABC looks more promising here. Right. Again, this is a snapshot in time. We don't know. I don't know. For all I know, this is going to be a new highs 2 weeks from now. We don't know, but I can look at this and go, well, it's not an impulse. So it looks more like I got to go A, B, C here into this. I can get an A wave here. Oh, you probably do W, X, Y. Almost doesn't matter. 1, B, C. Okay, well, if that's A, B, C, what are we anticipating next, right? It's just straight Elliott. What are we looking for next? If that's the C, we got to pull back out, right? We got to look at this and say, wait a minute. If this is the A, B, C, this is kind of nice how this comes in here now. If this is A, B, C, where are we? Right. Well, so now we'd be thinking, oh shit, come here. Right, it's trying to connect the dots. I'm not very good with that thing yet. Right, it's all fractal, right? So it's all just part of the bigger pattern here. So now we look here and go, oh, it's a candidate, right? Just that, it's a candidate for a big three, A, B, C, right? Oh, this is equally problematic, because if you're applying rules and guidelines, you can't call this a 5, right? So you're a little semi-fucked here. So you're likely calling this an X. Well, let's just do it here. Let's just, again, trying to keep it simple. You're likely calling this an X as an ABC, and now you're looking for another ABC to come down here. Yeah, I know it's tempting. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't do it, so it doesn't fit the rules and guidelines. So is that what we're looking at here? Well, a lot of people are getting awfully bearish on the S&P lately. Yet the market, U.S. consumer stays strong, stays hungry, keeps buying shit. Okay, well, if this is the X, let's go. Let's put this together here. And I know sometimes I feel like people are like, oh, just shut the fuck up and get to the next trade. You know, I try and do a little bit more than just do that, right? There's plenty of places to do that. Trying to teach a little bit in the midst here. So you're going. So it's the thinking. It's the thinking. Okay, if this is the X and I've got to start on something here, well, it could be an ABC. Would I be done there though? If this was WX and this was ABC, probably not done. Right, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm coming in for a 5 here, well then all of a sudden this goes, okay, I can see something here that might make sense. Well, fuck. What makes sense, right? That's kind of a relative term. Does it make sense, right? What makes sense, right? Anything, right? Nothing makes sense. It's, okay, where's the best opportunity to enter the market with reasonable risk reward? That's what makes sense. As to how this all resolves, is it going to make sense? Well, it'll make sense to somebody. It won't make sense to many others. Okay, W, X, Y. Right? We don't have to break that, but that's what you'd anticipate. So we'd be looking for this to go 5, 3, 5. There's something sticks to your mouse, right? Wouldn't that be the most logical thought process here to put this together? Because I was trading this and I got smacked in the ass with this. Right? I took a pretty good $700 loser on this, right? I was trading that. I got spanked there because I thought it was 1, 2, 3, right? Because you could work an impulse in here. 4, it doesn't happen. It rolls over. Now we're retracing. Can we bring that thought back? No, you can't, because you can't go 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, fuck, again, I say you can't apply rules and guidelines and do it that way. That doesn't fly, right? I mean, you can call it what you want, but if you're going to apply rules and guidelines, you can't do it. So it looks like I'm working on an A wave here, looking at the SPX on a daily. It looks like WX. Wow, we got new lows to put in here. And then you think, well, wait a minute, would that even make sense? How is that all going to work? Well, look what we're correcting. It's COVID low. You can't analyze over here and go, okay, what's this? What do I got here? You got to put it in the full context. You got to look at the whole thing, right? And go, okay, would that make sense? Again, would it make sense, right? As we apply Elliott here, would it make sense? Well, here's my COVID low. Here's my high. Here's. And I don't plan ahead for this, right? Here would be the target for the C if it's going to go A, B, C. Wouldn't that be the target if you were thinking COVID low to the top of the market? Do it as a 3. Pretty good looking 5, right? I mean, just a rip raging. I mean, free money. Right? Got to pay the piper. Nothing's free forever. Okay, so now what else could we add to that, right? Just again, might as well use everything we've got. Why would you say, oh shit, I've got that great skill saw, but I never use it? Do I know that's going to happen? No. But if you were looking here going, well, if that was going to be a corrective three-wave, wouldn't the 100% be a reasonable target? I don't think I can get a. Let's take a look here. Again, I'm just connecting the dots. I'm not making anything up. I'm just connecting the dots. So why? So then you would look at it and you'd say, why not there? Do I not have 80% odds of getting there? From here? From that corner? 80%, pretty good odds. But now, I know, because someone's going to say, well, hey man, what about the 80% on the other side? Yeah, that's perfectly valid, right? 80 is not 100. But right now, given what the market's doing, wouldn't this be the location you'd say, well, hey, that looks like that could, now we don't know it's going to be right here. Fuck, what is that? June of 24? It might be out here, right? I'm just connecting the dots. That's all. I'm letting the geometry imply it for me. Swing low, swing high, 50 golden zone. Might, right? Often look here, right? Because it's corrective, right? So if it's going to take longer, that's June of 24. Well, you know, it'll be a complete shit show here. We'll be getting closer to the. That's probably when Trump's on trial, right? So there's going to be a complete shit show here. Markets don't like that kind of uncertainty. If it's, for all I know, it'll be fighting in the streets. But it's going to be ugly as we go into the end of next year. Why not that? All right, holy shit, I went kind of long there. I didn't mean to get on that rant. I've seen some bulls trying to call it as a potential leading diag because of the overlap. Modern, I know, right? So it's that kind of thing where you go, oh, come on, man. I can't call that a 5? Because people are dying to go 5-3, 5. It's a decision you have to make. Are you going to stick to rules and guidelines or not? Right? I mean, that's a decision you have to make early on, because you're going to find lots of times, as Modern is kind of suggesting here, you're going to find lots of times where it's going to be annoyingly inconvenient. Oh, motherfucker, right? We overlapped by 4 ticks and now I can't call it a 5. You got to make that decision yourself, right? I can't make that decision for you. Yeah, Ben, Prechter, well, Prechter, broken clock Prechter, right? He's been calling for the great crash for 25, 30 years. Prechter calling top for the top. Yeah, right, Ben. He got it once, right, in like 1977, maybe it was 87, something. He got one right, and ever since then, he's been calling a top. You know, I hate to shit on the guy, right, who's been so instrumental in spreading the word of Elliott Wave, but that, you know, you could be a good educator and not a great trader. I don't know if he's a great trader or not. I just know he's been wrong a whole lot. Okay, all right, so we just look at what's in front of us, right? And I'm not saying that I'm right, Prechter's wrong, if anything, I'm in line with what he's suggesting. I'm just saying, you got to work with what's in front of you. All right, can I apply rules and guidelines here? Right? Okay. Am I sure this is the perfect count? No. I'm never one to come on here and say my count is the count. It's a count. It's how I see this. What ultimately, all I'm really looking for is where I can find probabilities, where I can find a slight edge. That's all we ever get is a slight edge. Okay, do I see a pattern here that I like? Does it make sense to me? So if I were going to trade this and I wanted to be bullish, I'd be waiting for this to come down here, and I'd want to trade the B into the C of the B, right? That's the next bull leg. Oh shit, at this degree, right here. This is the next bull trade I'd be looking for, because right now this looks to me like it's about to roll over again and come down. Shit, let's go to a 4 hour, back to that 4 hour. We can see that a little bit better. The only thing that would give you pause here is the first one, because it's not ideal. But if I'm going to have a little slop, I can allow the slop in the 1, where it's like, oh fuck, what is it, right? I can allow for that in the 1, not in the 3, right? That's got to be a clean impulse. So now we sit here, we go, okay, well here we're starting on the 4, because it could be an ABC. We can't say with certainty, oh, it's definitely not an ABC. Well, shit, it could be an ABC of a W, right? I mean, I'm not saying that can't happen, but would you, Oh, let's go to an hourly here. Could you do the same thing here and trade the ABC of the 4? Yeah, why not? Do we have it yet? Well, let's get in there. We don't have it yet. I'm assuming, right, many of you guys must probably, you guys that are not, nothing but crypto, the SPY, right, is reasonable trade because you can trade it a few $100s. Okay, so what are we looking for here? Taking to using this thing lately. Can I get that? Can I get that? Well, fuck, who knows, right? But I mean, if I'm looking for where's the next long trade, that's the one I'm looking for right there. Just like on the other side, right? I was looking for it. Oh shit, I can't even get back over here, right? I was looking for it here, right? Remember our purple belt, right? Many of these guys know this here. 3s and Cs. That's all we're going to let you trade, right? Because we want you to build that discipline, right? Say, oh, well, there's a C. I can trade that. I can trade the 3 of the C. Now, I can trade the 3 of the A. It's just you got to qualify it as an A, or excuse me, as a 3. You could have traded. Wanted to be short. You could have traded this right here. Right, 3 of the C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could have traded this. Right? Where's the money made? Right? Look at those. Look at those. Oh, let's try to get another one here. Where are the big moves, right? I mean, this is built into Elliott, right? 3. That's why we do it that way. 3s and Cs, right? So here was the biggest winner. Here's the next biggest winner, right? Those are both the 3s on the way down. So knowing that, wouldn't it make sense to go, shit? Well, let me see if I can find some 3s. Which is why whenever we're looking at setting up trades, right? When we see this, right? We don't know if it's 1, 2, A, B, but that's the point, right? Oh, 1, 2. Oh, maybe it's a 3. Maybe it's a C. It's the whole idea being I got to. We've been over this so many times. I feel like oh God, they don't need to hear this again. But I guess here's the range we're in. Right. This is all we ever do. Right. This is what we've got. What are we doing? We're going this way. We're going this way. Now we can go this way for a long time, but sooner or later, one's going to break, right? So the only question let's put it together. So if you didn't know, if you weren't sure, wouldn't it make more sense to say where do I have lower risk, right? This is why I don't understand breakout traders. I don't somebody has to shake them. Why would you take that trade there? Right? Why would you take that when you could take this? Right? If you take this one right here, the breakout, where's your stop? Some random level? You're just going to pick based on your risk tolerance? Down here, I'll let the market choose. Right? Oh, it's 786, 707, whatever it is. Right? So where's my risk reward better? Where am I going to be more comfortable here? If I'm going to get stopped out, I'd rather have it happen fast. I don't want it to linger. Fuck. If it's going to happen, let it happen. But here, well, number one, that's a sphincter clencher. You're like, oh fuck, come on. All it takes is just a little bit of a whiff of a sell-off, and fuck, you're out. And it'll do that. Again, I've done this for so fucking long. I have been that guy with my ass cheeks clenched, going, come on. That's not a fun way to trade the markets. Right? This shouldn't be just a misery fest of like, come on. That's no fun. Down here, I don't. Oh, all right, you step. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, small loser. Right, we'll go again. Losers are part of it. Up here, what are you doing up here? Come on, man. Just give me this one. Come on, trading gods. Give me that one. All right, this will be interesting to see what we do here. It's not really clean, right? What do we got here? I'm straight shot out of the gate. Is that the 4? Well, we can start to use fibs, right? Where's a 4 usually go? If it's going to play this way, we don't know. If it's going to play as a 1, 2, well, where would I anticipate that that's going to go? Right? Where do they usually go? Wouldn't that be the first thing you say? Oh shit, I'm applying this Elliott Wave stuff. Oh, well, okay, where's a 4? Like, where do the 4s usually go? Wouldn't that be the first question you'd ask? Well, where do they usually go? Well, gotta change that to wave 4s. Oh, fuck me. Hang on. Come here. 4s. Okay, so prime zone for a 4 right here, right? 2338, right? That's when you're that's kind of where you're like, oh shit, maybe I can get the 2338, because the implication here is I'm going to get a deeper 5, right? If we go too high up here, it starts to reduce, you know, it starts to look, well, maybe I get a double down here, right? You don't want the 4. Does it happen? Of course it happens, but ideally you don't want the 4 over the 50. You really don't. You want it, well, here's the 1, right? Can't go over that. So this becomes sort of, that's the max it can go, right? But now look at the geometry, right? We don't want it going over the 4. Well, I should say, if you're trading this count, right? This is about as high as you want to see that go, is right here, really. So I've got an order block here. So I've got, so you start to put the ideas together. Okay, well, so here I've got supply. Now I don't fucking know that it's going to hold, but I know it's there. I know there's the potential here for unfilled orders, right? Or for defense, right? For those that sold here, right? We can see they sold it here. Those that sold here to defend those positions. What's the other thought, right? That you might have, oh shit, come here. Right, so you have BIFs, I call them banks, institution, hedge funds, right? BIFs come in here, right? They drive it short up here. They're going to mitigate that, and then we're going to come down here and go again, right? So what they're doing, you know, that's we're kind of trying to read what's implied by the price action here. Okay, is there supply here? Is there a reason for it, or is it just going to be straight defense? We don't know, but that's a trade I'd be paying attention to. If we come up to that 38, I've got this supply zone here. I've got a fair value gap in there as well. I've got this imbalance right here, right? So I've got a little imbalance, right? So if we can come back into this zone here, how do you not like that? Why would you not take that? Why would you not take it? Because you like something else better, or oh fuck me, where are those things? Or you're afraid of it. Oh, it's going up. Oh fuck, I can't. How could I sell it? It was going up. You gotta turn that around if that's what you're thinking, right? That's when you want to sell it. Well, we know that 95% of retail traders are not profitable. What does retail do? They wait till it's going up. What does the professional do? Right? Looks to buy at a discount. So it's all so obvious after the fact, right? Isn't it? Right? So if we do this, right, you're going to say, oh well, I know I watched that live stream. The guy was saying, well, that's a better place to do it here, but I don't know. It was going up. I was just worried about it here. I just, you know, I didn't like it. I can't help you, right? Unless you can't be afraid of it, right? Which is why you put a stop on it. If you put the stop on it and you do the math and you calculate that, if you can live with that, what? Yeah, nobody likes to get stopped out, but you gotta be able to live with that risk, right? Or otherwise you're in the wrong sport. Okay, shit, holy shit, did I get sidetracked there? Okay, I got to do Tesla here. Holy shit. Okay, so I've got is it Paul Poison? I think it is Paul Poison. He's no shit. Can I even get that over here? Let me see if that'll even open. Do you guys see that? I guess you do, right? So I was really grinding these guys to give me some stuff. We had kind of a weak start. Yeah, there you guys can see it. So he's looking at Tesla. Okay, so he's doing this off of his phone, which good for him, right? So 1, 2. Okay, well here it's not going to be 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, now why do we say that, right? Because if this is a 1 and we're looking for an impulse here, we can't have the overlap. Now I got an well, here, let's get it up. Oh fuck. Here, something I've got open. Tesla. Oh, here. Okay. So, all right. Well, I've got Sonar Labs here on it. It makes no difference. I just wanted to show you guys that free one because it's a good one. Okay, we can look at sonar here. Okay, so Ben gave me, what did you give me, Ben? You gave me, what did you give me? What time frame did you give me here? You're giving me the overnight. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, I can't see what you're giving me. Okay, so we gotta, I can't tell what the time frame is here. So based on where we are, ABC, so it's gotta be this, right? It's, okay, so, all right, well, if you, okay, let's just slow down here. All right, if you brought this up, now first question is, do I need to be in log scale? 20 to 400. General rule 3, definitely 4 times the range. Yeah, we got to be in log scale. Trust me, log scale is a pain in the ass to a technician, right? It just, I don't like it, but when we have these kind of monsters, you're kind of stuck with it. Now, if we get down to a range here we're still 3 times the range here on the daily. Oh, okay. So what are we thinking here? All right. So for some obvious things. So first, right? Always, right? So it doesn't matter if it's Tesla. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, right? Okay. Where's Al? All right. Is he? How's he doing in here? Let's just go here, right? So it's not textbook. Front run, maybe. Secondary pivot. It feels like a force fit. Okay. A little bit of a front run there. What does it look like? Do we have context here? Well, no surprise, this is going to mimic the S&P, right? So what you can certainly see how someone would have been thinking here. Oh, okay, I got some sort of 3 that's in. Oh, 1, 2, 1. Or once we broke this pivot, all of a sudden it didn't fly as a 4-5, right? You couldn't make that fly. Right, because we had the overlap. As soon as we overlap here, now we got to rethink it. Well, this is, it's kind of the love-hate. You guys hear me say this a lot. Oh, son of a bitch, right? So I can't call that a 1-2. Well, if not this, then what? If I can't call this 1-2, well, pardon me. If it's not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what am I stuck? What's left? Well, as he suggests, if you're a bull. Okay, so why would you be a bull, right? Because the assumption would be that this is a good low. Let's come back here. I don't think this got there. Front run, right? Okay, so no shit. WX. Oh, actually, it looks like you probably would get that. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's just call this WXY. Right, I'm not grinding through every swing of it, but let's go with something that seems reasonable, right? Just here. Okay, so here's the correction. Here's the impulse. Oh fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the correction. Actually, right? You'd be correcting from here, but now we're too far away. Okay, so some sort of correction here with the big kicker at the end of it. Okay, now can we grind higher? Well, so as Paul Poison. I want to say, I think I'm saying that right. I think he goes by the handle Paul Poison. 1, 2. Right? Well, if it's that, okay, these are all still to come. 1. Oh, what? Is there any confusion about what that is? Right? Do it. Oh, fuck. You probably do that. Oh fuck, probably WXY. It almost doesn't matter, right? So this is where don't get caught up on the, no, is it a WXY? Fuck, it's a 3, right? It's corrective, right? Here's the impulse, here's the correct. Don't get caught up into that. I couldn't get the X of the Y and you just don't get caught up in that, right? It doesn't matter. Okay, so I got this, right? Okay, now I got a 5, right? So does there anybody have trouble spotting that, right? Probably not, right? So this is probably okay to spot, right? Everybody can spot that, right? Don't need a degree in Elliott Wave to see the 5 there. Okay, well, what comes off of it, right? So just, all right, so this, you can make it really complicated, or you can make it a little simpler, right? What? 5s, 5, 3. 5, 3. That's Elliott Wave encapsulated in, we're the richest man in the country, right? More people trade this than probably Apple, right? I mean, what is Elliott Wave? Crowd dynamics. It's not magic numbers, and it's just crowd behavior. But crowds tend to be predictable. Okay, if it's not ABC, what's the other choice? 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Which is what he's implying, right? So he's a Tesla bull. So let's see if we can put this together. All these would still need to come in. Oh, let's go green here. Okay, so we got candidate, right? Now, we can't eliminate, of course, the possibility that this is an ABC, and it's just like the S&P. 1, 2, is this 3, 4, 5? How do we know? Right? We don't know. Nobody knows. Elon Musk doesn't know. Nobody knows how the crowd is going to react here. Nobody knows. So what do? You say, well, fuck, if nobody knows, why are we in here trading? Where do you think you have an edge? Well, I'd start. Well, here, let's get this out of here. Wouldn't you start like saying, okay, well, let's see, how's Al doing in here? I can't make this shit up. I can't do it. I mean, that can't be surprising, can it? Anybody surprised by that? Over and over and over and over and over. It's how the market rolls, right? It's not why it moves, it's how it moves. First golden zone, right? No, it's not. This is 50 to the tick, golden zone to the tick. It's not general vicinity. Oh, we're in the neighborhood of that golden zone here, probably. Front run, likely, right? You see front runs on a regular basis, right? Algo will front run it, right? Leave retail, who's down there with their entry on the 50, will leave them hanging, right? And then make them chase it. And what will retail do? Oh, I missed it. Retail won't take this one. They won't take that one. Oh shit, I didn't get the absolute turn, right? So let me get this right on there. I didn't get the perfect turn. I didn't get the low, so I certainly can't take that one. Again, it's to the tick. All right, is it a 2? Do we know? How would we know? Well, this was pretty aggressive. Now we stopped there. What do I got below? This is option data. Okay, so here's the Bollingers and the RSI, right? So it's just giving you another way to view. So you'd be at the lower edges of the standard deviation bands. So okay, so I got RSI and Bollinger Bands suggesting, well, that's a spot where I might see a turn. It's not, you don't, I mean, we kind of look back and go, boy, it's pretty good here, 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 pretty good here. And then you go, oh, well, it's not when I'm trading it. It's fuck, that'll never work. Really? Why not? Why? Why would that not work? Because you're in the market? You can't think that way. It's got to be, okay, well, I can look back and say the last 17 times the RSI and the Bollinger Bands got that low. Maybe I'll consider putting on a very small little trade there just to test it, right? Maybe you're uncomfortable with it. So put on something tiny here. Buy a call. Not necessarily the smartest way to approach it, but do something little, right? If you don't want to spend $200 on a share of Tesla, buy a call. Buy call spread. Just do a 5-point spread. Just to get your feet wet saying, okay, there it is, right? Okay, well, I can put this all together. It could be a 3 here. Okay, that looks good. Implied volatility's here. Oh, excuse me, implied's here, historical's here. Okay, so I'm reasonable here. Implied's 22, historical 66. Okay, so volatility's reasonably priced here. Okay, maybe I want to buy a call spread. Now, does it look like we're done here? It kind of does. All right, how do we determine whether we're done? Well, we're looking for a 5. Right, and I'm coming right into the little demand zone here. This actually looks like it's a WXY. So it looks, well, okay, so often you got to work backwards, right? So you look from the low and say, okay, do I have a 5 here? Yes, I do, right? So hard to miss this, right? It's, again, I'm not drawing these, right? The market's doing this. I'm just labeling it. Okay, well, there's a 5, right? So we begin and we end with 5s, right? So there's a 5. Okay, if I work backwards, oh, well, wait a minute. If this is going to be the low, heavy emphasis on if, well, that doesn't quite make sense, right? If this, what would you be thinking? 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5. But we're here, we know we just tapped a golden zone, so you got to look at that and say, well, if it's going to roll over again, right? So we can't eliminate this, right? This is, welcome to trading, right? There's no way around this, right? It could easily do that. Oh, 5. Well, then you're thinking, oh, well, guess I was wrong there. A, B, C, right? Get used to it. You're going to be wrong way more than you're going to be right. Okay, so we can look here and say, well, it could be that. Well, right now, why would you want to consider otherwise, right? Why would you say, well, fuck, I'm waiting to see what happened there. Why would you wait? Because of this. Right? That's enough to say, oh, demand zone. How could it be done here? A, B, no, that's not going to work. A, oh fuck, that's probably triangle. A, B, C. So how could that work? Again, this is just, I know for you guys, modern, some of you guys that know this shit, you're like, oh fuck, man, hurry up. Right? But remember, we got a lot of people here who are still learning, or they're going, you know, every fucking video is about the SMC. Maybe I'll take a look at this Elliott Wave shit. Okay, well, so I'm not dissing on SMC. I'm just saying, boy, you're leaving so much insight, right? There's so much advantage you're leaving on the table if you're just doing SMC. Some people, that's enough for them. But I can look here and say, well, if this is WXY, I could be done here. Well, now maybe you're thinking, you know, market structure and say, well, I got a demand zone here. Well, there's one demand zone. There's fair value gaps below here. There's a demand zone here. Why that one? Why is that one going to be the one that holds? Why here? Well, if you're not using fibs, maybe you're just going to take a flyer. Well, fuck, demand zone, take it. Right? Do you have the criteria you'd be looking for here? Yeah, it looks like you do. Right, you swept some lows here, and then you got displacement coming out of it. So that's a decent demand zone. You know, in SMC language, right? I swept liquidity, and I got displacement on the other side. Decent demand zone. Well, look at that. Whoa, I got confluence here. Now, again, do we know? We don't know. We don't know. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, if you're a Tesla bull, well, they've been. I can tell you this, the last 2 trades I put on with Tesla, right, were option trades in earnings. I lost my ass. Here, oh shit, here and here. Losers, right? I was a bull. Losers, right? It's part of trading. 1, 2, 1, 2. Could it be? Right? If I'm looking for a 1, 2, boy, that's right where I would like to get it. What else can we do, right? It's just you're stacking, right? Because all we get is edge. Do I have an edge here? A little high volume here. I might, just for curiosity, right? So why not check everything? Ah, damn it! Come here. So if I take this is something to pay attention to, right? You see this a lot, right? So as I come back down here, right, because I've got all of this, so I've got all of this to work off of in that volume profile. So there, as I hit the 100, as I hit the golden zone, as I hit that demand zone, I'm at the low edge of value. That's called confluence. Take the trade. I can't do it for you. You got to decide, is that enough, right? Is that enough to put on a 5 or a 10-point spread, right? And risk, I don't know, 200, 300, 400, 500, right? Depends on what you're doing here, and what your risk tolerance is, and what's appropriate for your account size. But all of the ingredients to take a trade are right there. You wouldn't go, well, I sure as hell am not going to buy it. Would you? Man, I'm long-winded today. Maybe I was thinking I didn't have enough to get through the 2 hours here. Okay, so I've got Masters of, this is a good handle. How it's possible US500 going for new low and Tesla going for super bullish 1-2. So how is it possible? I mean, maybe it's not, right? So don't take the trade. Right? This is ABC and this is 1-2 and this is the 3-4-5. Don't take the trade. Simple as that, right? This is a good point, right? So we just looked at the S&P and this was ABC, and this is 1-2, and here's the 3-4-5, right? So I'm never here saying take the trade. I'm just saying you have all of the ingredients for a trade here. Right? Who's that? That's oh shit, I can't even say that name. Skip it, right? If you feel like, well, the S&P is doing that, right? If this is A, B, C, well, number one, the count is cleaner here because we have a better looking 2 here. We don't have the expanded, oh, the shit, come here. We don't have, let's get back to a daily here. But he brings up a good point. The AB here is messier, right? It's not as clean as, oh, fuck, now I'm going to have to, as I have it here, right? This is much, much, much cleaner, right? Much cleaner here. Right, for that 3, right? So, and then you get this impulse. Now, that doesn't mean it couldn't be ABC, and this is going to be 1-2. Right, so what would the thought be? 1-2, well, actually, this is so fucking bearish now that I look at this. Okay, let's consider this. This would have to be, if this is ABC, and this is 1-2, right? Well, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3 before we do this, before we go here, right? Now, so you're taking Tesla's. If I just string that out and say, okay, this is ABC and this is 1-2. This is for, I can't say your name. 1-2. Okay, well here, this would be the 1-2 of the 3, right? So I got to complete that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I'm going to go down here and challenge the COVID lows in Tesla. Right, to each his own, right? I just bring you to this point here and say, is there a low risk? Do you have an edge here? Is there a trade here? And the other thing is, oh, I can't say it. I can't say your name. If you try to apply that kind of logic, you'll never pull the trigger, because there's always a way to talk yourself out of a trade. Well, if fucking silver's doing that, where gold can't possibly do that. If gold's doing that, the yen can't possibly do that. Well, if Tesla's doing this, the S&P can't possibly do that. The number of times you're going to find yourself going, okay, well, everything's lined up, few and far between. Just something to keep in mind, right? I'm not saying take the trade, don't take the trade. I'm just saying all the technical ingredients are there to take a very low risk trade, right? Incredibly low risk, right? That'd be a reasonable target, POC. I might tighten that up even more, right? On the other side of value, there's 5-1. Coming back to the POC. Don't like it? Right, there'll probably be a few others we can find in here. Okay, so, this is Masters of, I love it. Masters of Confusion is his handle. And let's see if I got any more. Yeah, I got Master. Okay, so Master of Confusion. How am I doing on time? Okay, 12:30. I got an hour. He gave me, this morning, I was trying to get some content from the members. He gave me 4. So at that time, I didn't have much to work with because these guys were slow to be posting today. So he gave me 4. I'm going to do them real quick. I think I got 3 automakers and PayPal. Okay, so this is Nio, which I think they're, I want to say they're big in Asia. Okay, so first we look at this and you go, okay, why would anybody in their right mind be thinking of buying that? Well, I don't know that he's thinking of buying it. He just gave me the assets he was interested in. Okay, well, do we need to look in log scale? Probably, right? I mean, we're from under $1 to 66. Probably got to look at that in log scale, which again I don't like, but there it is. Well, I can't say that's not a great looking. Wait, of course, you want to think of this, excuse me, as 1, 2, some 3, 4, 5. it just it doesn't really have a great looking look to it, right? It kind of looks like you're stuck with that. You know, again, I mean, could we squeeze in the 4 or 5 here? Well, it looks like that would all be part of the internal C there. So you're going to do 4 here relative to this 2. Does it matter? Does it matter now? Probably not. I cannot make this shit up. Not the general vicinity of the golden zone. That's in the golden zone. Why would I pull from here? Why would I pull from here? Because the algo used it. I mean, we get to the point where it's like, do I even need to say anything? Make sure I'm right on that. Oh, it looks like it got a little sloppy on the edges there. You got a wick through and a wick through, right? You want to invalidate, you want to see a close above, right? So we got a little poke through here, just wicks. So now as we sit here, oh, I can guarantee you there's a bunch more in there. That looks like one here, right? It's not why it moves, how it moves. We can't even see the target. We can't see it, right? The target is right there on top of the 618. Maybe that's why we go through, right? This algo is grabbing that target. Probably got another one in here. I mean, they're just everywhere you look, right? They're just nonstop. It's not why it moves, it's how it moves. Okay, so all right, all of that here, making a point that I've made, I don't know, 25,000 times. All right, so here we sit, right? So you know, like, oh, a little bit of a wick coming through. Why would I want to buy this here? Well, I wouldn't, right there. I mean, now I said this before, right? When it's coming down, that doesn't mean you just buy it because it's coming down, right? We want to see it pause, right? And you want to see signs of some sort of reaction come out of there. Okay, well, I mean, you could make a case here. Let's be reasonable here, right? You could make a case here. Well, wait a minute, didn't I just have that right here? Yes, you did, right? This is welcome to trading, right? This is all we ever decide, right? Which side's going to break, right? Right? You could just do the same thing right here. Okay, now I got a break. Oh, bullish activity. Oh, maybe, right? Is this the turnover? Okay, well, wait a minute now. Now here, right? Back up. What is it I know right now out here on the daily? I begin and I end in 5s. Do I have a 5 here? Looks like maybe, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if I go back to where I was before saying, oh, I got bullish action here, do I have a 5 here? It'd be a force fit to squeeze it in there, right? But if I label it now, we don't know that that's done here, but interesting, right? I got a little double bottom here. Look where I am. I'm in the golden zone. Now, this would make more sense, right? If I get some sort of bullish action here, because I've got the ingredients for this to be finished that I didn't have right here. It was in the right location, but I didn't have the subdivision that would have me more enthusiastic about putting risk on there, right? Because why would you take something that's not ideal? Like, oh, fuck, well, maybe it's a 3, maybe it's a... Why would you do that? That's just silly. We're like, okay, well, fuck. All right, maybe I'll miss it. Maybe it's going to just fly out of here, and I'll just be dead ass wrong, and we do that. Okay, if it does that, what's likely to follow? Oh, fuck, I missed that. That stupid guy told me to wait for it. Likely you're going to get a 3 that's going to follow that, because the temptation. It's the same reason it happens. The people that catch this, the temptation to take profit will be too much. What happens right here? Oh, right, the latecomers, the retail. Oh, look at that move. Oh, it's going to go, right? That's all they see is, oh, retrace, let's go. Right? Oh, it's going to go to the moon. Why, right? Same reason here. They thought, same thing here. Oh, it's going to the moon. It's the same idea, right? It's not, why would you not wait for the 3? FOMO. Right? Oh shit! I didn't want to miss it. Well, so I just went balls deep. Could we have the 5 of the 5 of the 5 here? Looks like you might, actually. Let's see if we can squeeze it in, right? So just looking at it, it looks like I could do it this way, but we got to measure, right? We got to make sure that 3 is not the shortest there. So let's go here. Sometimes you got to put them up there, and then you got to come back and check your work. Okay, so the extension in the 1. Okay, well, I got a 5 here to finish, so does it fly? So all I'm trying to do right now, I can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So I've got impulse, correct, impulse, correct, impulse. Now I got to check the lengths. No problem. All right, so extensions in the 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be the longest, just can't be the shortest. Is it time to buy it? Well, double buy. Could you? Yeah, right. I mean, but you'd have to be prepared to go multiple times if you're going to get stopped out there. Let's go down to a 4, maybe just something. Oh, even a 1 here. I mean, really, right? You get to the point where you're like, do I have 5 in the 5 of the 5 of the 5? Here's the 5. Here's the 5th of the 5. Do I have 5 in the 5 of the 5? Don't be surprised. You'll find it, right? Now, not all the time are you going to get it. And the lower the time frame, they start to get a little uglier. All right, now you have all the gaps of intraday here. I got this nice little double here. Does it look like I'm done? For me, I want to see, like, I'm not in a hurry, right? Because I don't fuck FOMO, right? It's FOMO's for you just stupid. You're just giving into your lowest brainstem, right? Oh fuck! I had to buy it. If it goes, I'm not worried about missing it because I know there will be profit taking. It will come back. And if it doesn't, okay, well fuck, next trade, right? It's the next asset. I'll wait for the one that does what I'm looking for. Okay, do I want to buy this? Well, I might go down to as low as I'd go is a 15. Say, okay, well, can I get something started here? Okay, maybe, or truncation. How am I going to do it? 1, 2. Well, it's going to be a short 3. It's not great, right? So I'd want to see something a little bit more convincing here. Show me a good 5 that comes off of there. Here I'm down to a 15 minute, and I'll take that one. There's never any reason to put on more risk than is appropriate, right? If you use the market, right, you're looking for a 3. Okay, where would you put your stop, right? Below the 65 would be reasonable. Okay, let's put it together, right? So here's your math lesson. Okay, where's my target here, right? Why would you use something other than the most common target for a 3? Rhetorical question. Right? So why would you use something else? Oh, I saw something here. It looked like, oh, shuck. I'm trying to think of what. Give me a reason. Oh, fuck me. Come here. Okay. Right. So, oh, okay. Oh, I saw that prior pivot. Well, it happens to be right at the location, the most common destination for a wave 3. If I'm going to get a wave 3, so okay, let's back it off a little bit. Okay, so you got a 3 to 1. Oh man, I see those SMC guys, right? They're doing 27 to 1s, right? I'll wait. Okay, you want a 27 to 1? Well, that's how you're going to do it. You're going to have to tighten that up to where the probability of you getting stopped out is way too high, right? You want to take stop, and then go. Well, you got to give it a little room to breathe. Maybe you just use that low, right? If you think that's the low, right? You don't need to do it that much, right? Do it right here. The premise is lows in, right? That's the first assumption if you're taking a long. Why else would you be taking a long if you don't think the low's in? You're in the right location. I got a good target. That's 5 to 1. Not enough for you? Well, nothing says you have to get out there, right? What would you anticipate would be coming there? You want to ride through the 4? Maybe you're going to get 2, 6, 1, 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You could take some partial here, right? That's what I would suggest, right? Take a partial here just because you don't fucking know, Nobody knows. But if I get the 5, oh, I'll take a little. Always good, right? If you hit something like that, put some in your pocket, right? Bank it. Leave a little on. Okay, maybe if you get something just textbook like, holy shit, my God, it's perfect, right? Then you can go again. Be a little more aggressive on the 5. If you're going to get a 5, right? We wouldn't let you take that, right? For your brown belt or purple belt, we're going to make you wait for that. Right? The only one you can trade. It's a discipline, right? We do this for a reason, right? That's the only part of that trade you could take, right? You could take that. That's the 3rd or the 5th, assuming you get an impulse, right? You might get a diag. You might get might not get a motive, right? Or pardon me, you might not get an impulse, right? You're going to get a motive, right? If it's going to complete a 5, but you might get a diag. So this one and this one. Where's the again, right? Where's the money made? 3s. 3, 3. Do we know that's going to happen? Definitely not. Right? There is no knowing. There's no knowing in trading. Where's an edge? Where do whether you have an edge or not, it's whether you believe you have an edge. Ooh, I'm just a chatterbox today. Okay, so how am I doing on time? I'm good. Okay, so let me Masters of Confusion. Let me get rid of this one. Masters of Confusion. I got others here for you. Hang on. Okay, we got Masters of Confusion. We've done Rivian a couple of times here because one of my senseis is PKS event is all over this. This one I thought looked kind of ugly, and it's a decent example of. Here, let me get rid of this. It's a decent example of ooh, that's deep for the 4, right? I'd rather I don't want. Well, see, look at it this way, right? Look how you say here. Well, fuck, right? The algo doesn't care. True. It's not ideal, right? So you might look here and say, well, if I'm going to take that, well, let's come back here, right? First place, here's a daily on Lee Audit. Fuck, I've never even heard of them. Lee Audit. It must be big in Asia. Okay, do I have a lot to work with here? Not really. Right? It's a big range, right? So here's what breakout traders live for. Oh, it's a breakout. Oh, so wah. All right, so. Can I make this fly? Well, I got a good leading diag here, right? 3 longer than 1, 5 longer than 3. It's okay. The ABC here is a little thin, but the ABC in the 5 is better. So again, not being a purist, I'd go along with it, right? Because 5 longer than 3, 3 longer than 1. Okay, 1, and then I got to truncate here a little bit. It looks like, because this is a 3, so it looks like you'd have to go, can I do a flat there? Again, it doesn't matter, right? It's here, you're playing this as the correction. W, X, Y, maybe. Okay, well now I get an impulse. But that's so deep, it would make me, of everything, of all, the 4 that he sent me, I'd be the most reluctant here. Even though, right, we go right from this low, what do? Well, we're hitting the God MA, right? That's the average of the 200 EMA and SMA, right? So I like it. It's kind of a proxy for the Vegas wave, right? It just frees up screen real estate. So, oh, look, what do we have there? Confluence. Oh, I'm hitting the 200 while I hit the golden zone in a potential Elliott pattern. Right, now note here, where you really wanted this thing was right here, right? So we stay in the channeling. That's what you would have liked, right? Well, we don't always get what we'd like. Well, then we got to fatten it. Well, is half enough? Half is enough. Right, so we're just adding another half down here. Okay. Well, can I turn that thing around? Can I get all the way up here? Well, I know I got an algo here. It's a secondary pivot, right? That's the other bummer, right? It's secondary, right? So what's primary? This would be the primary, right? So we're not quite there. This would be, oh, if it's going to be all the way, but we want to pull from the proposed 2, right, for the 4. Now, if it's going to, there's only so far that can go, right? Here would be the disqualifier, if it's going to hold as an impulse, right? We can't go below that, so you've got a clear risk tolerance here. Shit, I wouldn't take it a tick below the 65 here if you were going to take that. This is for Masters of Confusion. I don't love that one just because of the depth of the 4. You know, if I have to pick one, plus this mess. All right, let me keep moving here because I've been really slow. This is something I use a lot. This is the Gann high low, and it's just if you It's just like an SSL. It's when we're flipping, right? So it just is a kind of a convenient way. It's a 21 EMA. It just kind of guides you into what's the right side of the market to be on. I use it a lot because I use a 21 EMA a lot, but this is just a variation on it. So if you broke it, right, that's when it would go to green. Now you break this one, now it flips, right? That's all it's doing. So it looks more complicated than it really is. All right, so here we break this side, so now we go to this side, a little break here through all of this, right? Always easy after the fact, isn't it? Okay, let me take that off because I think that can be a little confusing. Okay, so we have this big gap here. PayPal, geez, PayPal just got absolutely wrecked. Let's go back to a daily. Okay, so right off the bat, okay, just right, I don't even need to see anymore, right? Just with what I've got right here. Okay, what do we see? All right, so equal highs here, right? Do you see, right? You don't know where the liquidity is, you are the liquidity. All right, so there's a 3. Okay, can I finish the 3? Can I finish with the 3? Can you, right? I mean, if you're applying Elliott Wave, well, okay, that's going to have to fit into, that's going to have to be part of something else, right? I can't just have a 3. I can't just finish like that. It's got to be part of something else. Okay, well, let's see if I can stitch that together. What could it be part of, right? So here's a great example. Oh my God, right? This is, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy who sells the breakout. It's going to the floor. Same thing, right? It just happens. Same thing here, right? It just happens over. Same thing here, over and over and over and over. Retail buys the break. It's just it's the easiest thing to get out of your trading. Don't be. Just wait. Right now, when I say that, right? So people say, well, wait a minute, man. What about the breakouts that are all successful, right? Breakouts have to be successful. We go sideways forever. That's never what I'm saying. I'm saying this is not where you enter the market. Dumb. It's just dumb. It's so dumb because there's no reason to do it. It's not like, why would people do it? Oh fuck, I didn't want to miss that thing. I was going through the floor. I didn't want to miss it. How did that work out? Oh, dude, I got a little bit of line, right? This is like you know, fuck any of the fish, right? All of a sudden it gets a little line. Whoa, it thinks, oh shit, look at that. I got the meal and I'm swimming off. Oh, all of a sudden the hook sets. Okay, I didn't set this up in advance. I'm just looking. How's Al? I mean, PayPal, right? Does that surprise anybody? How many in a row do we have here? So you guys hear me often will say, like, trust me, they don't care if they get stopped out. They don't care. They don't care. Why do they not care? Because they will get a sequence like this. It'll just go, oh, they're getting paid, right? Well, right? Whoever is funding the algorithm is just getting paid over and over and over again here. Does that, you guys understand that? Paid, 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 paid. Paid, 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 paid. So you think, oh, the time that it comes and stops them out, they give a flying fuck? No, they don't. They'll just wait, right? They'll just take the next one. Always another trade coming, right? They'll take this one. And then right, this is typical, right? How the market moves, right? Then the whole series will start the other direction. Up we go. Swing, golden zone, swing, golden, right? Same, just over and over and over and over and over again. I just, for the life of me, can't imagine anybody who's watched one of the 5,000 videos I've done and who wouldn't go, well, fuck, I better look where what Al did. Taken to calling him Al. Where's Al? What did he do last? Because if you don't know, you will buy or sell right into it. It happens every day. People don't know it's there, right? They just somebody bought it here, somebody bought it here, somebody bought it here, why would they do that? Lack of information. be my guess, right? Why else, right? If you've seen this, why would you? Hard to understand. Okay, let's get that out of here. Okay, so is there any question on PayPal? Is there any question about what the trend is? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, so why if I mean I don't shit. This is Masters of Confusion. Why would you even be thinking about a long? I don't know that he is, right? I mean, this is pretty. So what are we waiting for, right? We got to at least we got to clear out some of this, right? To break a high like that. Oh, wait, so something changed, change of character. Right? Okay, I'll take that one. Right, still could come up here and head lower. What are we at, 56? I mean, this is almost too easy. It's almost too easy. Like, well, it's just lower, low, low. It's just one after the next, after the next, after the next, and they're all golden. They're all technical. Al's on every one of them. So, wouldn't it make sense to just wait for this? Why would you do anything other than that? Put a set of median lines on it. Get a target, target, target. Right? Maybe you get a 1, 2, 3. Right? What? Again, right? Now we don't have this, but this is how it starts. Right? I got to finish. So fuck. I don't really have, well, so how could we finish here? Oh, I guess you could do it in a series of threes. Right? So you'd have to do it as an ending diag. So here, let's see if we can put something together here. All right, let's. Oh, come here. Oh, yeah, pretty much of a. That's more than three, right? Often, right, 3 drives is what you'll see to finish. I'd want to see, oh fuck, what the RSI looked like at all of these. So, can we do this here? I guess you could, right? So we can probably get this done. Now we got to measure it. We got to measure it. You may not. You may not. 5 may be longer than 3. Let's check that. Right. So what would be the disqualifier here, right? So I know members all know this, right? Modern, all the guys that know Elliott Wave know. Well, what's the disqualifier? Right. Ooh, we're sneaking through. All right, 3 has to be short. Pardon me. 5 has to be shorter than 3. We can look. I can just eyeball that, right? You see, 1 is longer, right? So I have an ending diag. So it's a series of 3s. A, B, C, A, B, C. A, B, C, right? That's the only way you can get that done down here, applying Elliott. Oh, just for fun, let's see. I like this one that has a squeeze in it. I've been using this one, Fractal Trade 15, right? There's a lot of them. All these are good. Bull trading, wherever he is, right? He has bull waves or something. I can't remember his handle. Right, it's good. So it's another good one. Do we have divergence? They all look about the same, right? So it was. You see the divergence over here, right? Bigger, 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 bigger. We're getting a little bit smaller. You wouldn't call that great divergence. I guess suppose you have a bit. I might want an RSI on there as well. Oh, well, where's this basic RSI? Here we go. Well. Divergence? No, there's not RSI divergence here. All right, you've got a new low in the RSI, lower than this, lower than this. So you do not have that divergence. You have a little here. In the Elliott Wave Oscillator, not enough to take the trade. I'd wait, right? So, I mean, how is this hard? How is this difficult? I wait, I need a change of character, right? And then I'll take the first retrace, right? We'll come back here, demand zone here. Money had to be committed to break that pivot, right? So, okay, well, they're going to defend here. Is there going to be some unfilled orders? Oh, now we're in the 3, 4, 5, now we're coming out of here, right? All right, okay. I'm so chatty today. I think I got everybody there. Rivian, I'm going to skip Rivian, Masters of Confusion, because I know PKS event has been all over that. He's got it posted all over the Discord, just to save time. So Ben B. Okay, so we have Ben B. He's been great on the live streams. Oh shit, I don't want it there. I want it. Oh fuck. Here, I'll do it here. Ben B, every time I ask these guys for content, he comes through. So let's do AMD, right, which I appreciate. Because without these guys posting, I have nothing to work with, right? So I always nudge them. Okay, AMD. All right, I got what do I have here? I have Sonar here. Okay, do I have clean Elliott? Well, when you first look at it, what does your eye want to do? You kind of want to see, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what your eye wants to kind of, you're filling in the blanks, right? You kind of want to see that. Right, now you got to pick it apart and say, well, can that fly? Does that work? Do I have impulse here? Well, let's see, right? How'd they do? It looks like they beat. Big surprise. Market likes it. Right, always risky go into earnings, right? I've got my ass handed to me trading a couple of Tesla earnings. Okay, so we were looking at this here. Okay, first thought is, okay, am I done here, right? Or just as we looked at the S&P, right? Is this part of a larger correction? Well, this is not as all that much cleaner over here. AMD's a little sloppy. Okay, let's try and put some meat on the bones here. Oh Jesus, this is I think we might have to go out a little further. Let's go to a 3-day here. Let's see. Okay, where are we? So this is 2016. Jesus, COVID low barely registered here. Is that it? Holy shit. Oh fuck me. Okay, so here's. Is that? Nope. Whoa, that's COVID low right there. Wow, surprising. I'm in log scale. That might help a little bit. That's still COVID low right there. Interesting. But that's all we got off of that. How did that demand zone work? Okay, so do we need to be in log scale? Shit. We kind of do, right? I mean, we're going from 0 to 160. That's probably split adjusted. Well, I like to do this, right? I want to wick off the lowest low, right? So something like that. So I have a launch point. Now I look at this and I go, well, I'd want to check it. It's a little far. Doesn't really help me there. I have to bring you back here. Even tightened up a little bit. All right, so surprising. Those are closes below. All right, so that algo, all right, so there's one where algo gets stopped out. Right now, remember, that doesn't mean they go short there. They wait for the next one. All right, so this one is out of the game. So what are we asking ourselves, right? If you're looking here, is this a good low? Boy, this is a little bit of a. I think I've looked at this before. This is a little bit of a fucker here because you can't, as I recall, you can't quite squeeze that in. Let's go back to a daily. I think I've looked at this for someone recently. You want to go 1, 2, 3. Can't do it. Oh, what are my choices here? Unless we expand to B, we're kind of fucked here. Well, so at some point you can look at this and say, boy, the Elliott's not really clean here. Now, can we, God, if I gave this to one of my Elliott wizards, they'd probably come out with a valid count. But at first glance, when I see something like that, okay, I'm going to start checking, okay, how technical are the retraces? Well, that's fucking to the tick. So, okay, pretty technical. But I don't have a clean count here where it's, see, my view is if I have to struggle and do some sort of like, oh, okay, well, we expand the B wave here and then to make it fit, I go, fuck it, right? I'll just, do I need the Elliott wave? No, don't need it. Does it help? Yeah, it helps. but I don't need it. Nope, nope, a little sloppy here, better there. Decent, decent, right? It's a little, makes me go, okay, I don't know what I have here. I mean, could I go 1, 2 and squeeze it in here? Probably. But see, look what you'd be doing here. You'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, right? It looks a little bit, it looks like a force fit to me. 1, 2. I don't even know if I have a good 3 there. I want that up here. I want this here, but I can't make that fly. Can't do that. Can't quite do that because I don't have, because I got an ABC there. So you're a little cock blocked on the Elliott there. So you have two choices. You go, well, okay. Does that mean I can't trade it? No. You might make the choice of, well, you know, I'm an Elliottician, and if I don't see a clear count, it could just be that it hasn't revealed itself enough. Even still, right, even if it's completed here, this is kind of taking too long, so I would just go no Elliott myself, right? This is me. If it's not there, if I have to work too hard on the Elliott, I'll leave it off. Okay, is there any question about what we're doing here, right? So something is changing right here. So lower, low, lower, high, right? Lower, low, lower, lower. A little bit of a tease here, but I didn't break the pivot. Right, so this was, it's probably technical. A little bit of a tease. So you look here and you go, oh, let's go back one. Looks like I have to go back one. So why? It looks like we were going to go here, right? We run into the, Al is sitting here. If I get that right on the pivot, right? So Al sits here, right? We don't, but look here, we don't make target. So just because the target's there doesn't mean it must get there. We want to come all the way back here as well and say, okay, what is it? What's it going to run into on the way back, right? So we know, right? There'll be an algo there. We don't have to wonder about that. We know it's going to be there. So where is there a trade here? Well, you can look here and say, okay, well, I can see what happened here, right? So coming into earnings, right? Well, here's the happens almost at every pivot. Here's the sweep, and here's the displacement. Now that's fueled by the earnings, but all the ingredients are here. Well, so we look at it this way. All the ingredients for this to be a good demand zone are here. We swept liquidity. We left behind demand. Money had to be committed to make this happen. We have displacement, right? Here's the balance, it's called balance price range here because we have a fair value gap here that's just blown right through, right? But not news will do that, right? So we have this now new imbalance here. Okay, so can we label this? Does this look like 1, 2? You know, if I was going to do something here, if I was going to try and label, okay, I might. This doesn't look like a great 5 to finish, right? It's a bit choppy coming down. A, B, C, that looks a little bit better, right? Big, right? No question about where the 3 is. So, okay, maybe, so this, now you can start to piece some of it together, right? So this looks like a pretty good A, B, C here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even that is just kind of ugly, right? You know, Elliott it can be elusive, right? It's like smoke, right? You kind of want to force it, but it's not really there. It's not really here to where it's tradable, right? If it's not, don't force it because you're like, oh fuck, I got to do Elliott Wave. Maybe it's shaping up here. So can I trade here? Well, look, I've got this nice big imbalance here. So if the market starts to come back into this, well, I've got this as one potential here. Now, right, so one of the nice things about Sonar is that it'll frame out, where's my swing high, right? It'll frame out the discount and the premium. So if the market were going to come back here into some of that fair value gap, maybe you pick up some stragglers here. Remember with the 4, we don't want it going too deep. Now, I don't know that I'm done here. All right, of course, we don't know how far that's going to go, but here would be where I'd be looking for that. Now, that's not in this is the trade-off here. With a big 3 like that, I'm not in the discount zone of this swing range, of that PDA, as it's called. I'm not in the discount, but now you got to decide, am I going to trade Elliott or am I going to trade strict market structure, right? That would be, you wait for it to get in the discount. You wait for it to come underneath that 50. Right? I mean, here's discount. There's premium above. Maybe a little blend, right? So that's why it's not so black and white here. Would I take that 4? Absolutely. That's a 1. I'd like to see that 3 shape itself a little bit better. Right? So what would I want to see here if it's me? I'd want to see this. Right, so at least I barely got a 2 in here. So show me the 4, 5 so that I can feel a little bit more confident in that, and then something like that I would take, even though it's not in premium. And the part of that is because there's no good 2 here. I mean, you got the bigger 2, but of this of this impulse, do I have really a 2? That's going to be your 2. So you'd have to pull it from here. Looks like you might get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd like that to go a little higher for the 5. For the right again, right? If I can get it to be what I'm looking for, I don't know that I can. Well, why not wait for that? This is a bit sloppy. Okay, looks better. Right now, if you're still not sure on all of that, you say, okay, well, this would be kind of a boxy. Oh, here we do it this way, right? Little boxy here. Okay, so if we're going to come all the way back up here and sweep it, right first. In addition to what did Al do last, where's the liquidity? Well, now here's Sonar, right? They're literally putting it on this chart for you. Buy side liquidity. Right, they're making it easy for you. Okay, well there it is. So, maybe we sweep this. Now you're like, well, that Elliott was a little, it's kind of unsure. Okay, well now this, if I get this, okay, I'll wait for the 3. Right, now then I can trade, guess what? I can trade in the discount, right? Because that would be the 50. Because I'm looking for the 2 under the 50. So you say here, what about the 4 to the 5? Okay, maybe you let that go and you wait for the 3. So we'd put that together. See how a plan starts to come together? Now I can trade. Now I don't have this yet, but now I can trade consistent with Elliott Wave, right? So, this was funky, but okay, all of a sudden, right? It just out of the smoke. There it is. There it is. I can trade the discount in the 2, right? You want to be a purple belt? You can only trade 2s and 3s, right? So there's your trade. Now we can structure this all. Right, we get all of it, right? Now you have all of the ingredients right here. And here, if you, I'd wait for that. This is me. Ben B, thanks for posting, man. I always appreciate you coming through. Okay, the craziest, although Masters of Confusion is giving RR what's that question mark a run for his money here on wackiest handles. What did the market do? Nothing. I guess we're still up 17. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to go to, what do I want here? I guess I have to put this, this new mic I have is this long cord. Copy link. Okay, warning, white screen. Get your shades out. Okay, so this is RR, what's that question mark? Okay, this is interesting. All right, so he's going to give us his view on the S&P. Oh, I like this, right? I like this. Okay, RR, what's that? Well, okay, so you're on the right track here. Can we make this work? As I recall here, and I'm fairly certain, right? So it's because of the overlap here. So RR, that's right. So I'm assuming, right, what you're thinking is here, and I don't know, right, because I don't know you well enough, but in terms of your skill set, So my thought is you recognize the overlap, right? So we can't call it an impulse. So if you're calling it a 5, you're thinking 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, leading diag, right? We have a contracting diag here. So this is one of those. Oh fuck, man! It's really right. Oh, so on page 17 of the book, it says I can't call. You know, you got to make a decision there as to whether or not how strict a purist you want to be. Could you call it? Well, this is a little iffy on a 5, right? Already, right? This was a little bit like, is it WXY? What is it? But to call it, we'd have an ending here in the 1 of the. It doesn't quite work, right? So for strict Elliott, it doesn't work, right? Now, how strict is your Elliott? You got to make that decision. I mean, it's hard to argue with whether there's a 5 here, right? It is a 5, right? That's not in dispute. We got 3 drives to a low, and we get a reaction, right? So it's just how pure do you want your Elliott to be? I think this is one where you might. I'm not saying don't. So if you wanted to, so what you might, what would you be thinking here? So where's the next trade? Oh, I'm going to trade the C. This is an ABC into the 2, right? So that would be reasonable. Now it would be counter trend, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So you'd want to see something like this, right? So where's the. Here's this. No, fuck. Let's do it this way. All right, so you guys do your. No, that's right. That is the same. I thought your color coding was different. Jesus, these are mighty skinny candles, though. Why is this? Hang on a second. Why are these so hard to see? That's a little better. God damn, these are just skinny candles. Okay, so all right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this all makes perfect sense except for that, right? It's like motherfucker, right? That really, I can't call it a 5. Again, that's the rules, right? So you decide, right? How important are those rules to you? It's annoying, I know. It's like motherfucker, right? I can't call it a 5. It's really. Well, you'll find that. It's not like that's done randomly, right? That will serve you well over time if you maintain that discipline. So you're kind of stuck here going, well, if it's not a 5, if it's not a leading diag, in this case it would be a contracting diag, ending diag, whatever. If it's not that, well, what's left? This is what creates the confusion, right? So what do we have here? It's not really an impulse. You might be able to get. That's probably a diag in there. This is probably you can squish a diag into that. There's your 3. See, it kind of fucks you a little bit either way. However you slice this, is this 1, 2, 3? How are you going to do that? A, B. You can't do that, right? So because you can't do it, right? It's a fucker, right? So there's just sometimes where it's just not going to play ball, right? That sweeps the low here, so can't do that. But you can see what happened there, right? It's like, oh, I wonder what happened there. Wonder not. Yeah, right. So I think you guys either do giant or tiny. Well, that brings us back to here. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, where did we go over here? Oh, I know what. So you're giving me the CFD. That's why it's looking different. Okay, so you must be trading. Well, I guess you're trading with Pepperstone, or I'm assuming. What's that? You know that you're not. This is a CFD. I'm assuming you know that, right? So you must be trading it with an FX broker. Well, you got to take that off, right? So again, I mean, if you're going to apply Elliott Wave, you can't call it an impulse, right? So is there something else could we call it a 1-2? Yeah, we can do that, right? This is already a little shaky, but again, the market's not going to give you perfect every time, so you're kind of stuck with some sort of slop there. But the 3 is prominent, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that you were actually on the right track. So possibility here, because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a clean impulse here. I'm assuming you see that, right? So here's the 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 3. It's a little sloppy here. Looks like that's the high there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So I've got the. This is clean. Right. This is a clean impulse. That's clean. Clean. I don't know where that came from, but the count is clean. Now, is the 4 perfect to the 2? No. Right. Quit looking for perfect. That's a good looking impulse for the 3. And as we looked before. Right, you know, if it's not going to be perfect, well, let's see, can I stack the deck? Right, as we looked before. Where's the highest probability location to find the 3 pivot? Literally splits it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so this is now we're back to my friend here with the name I can't possibly pronounce, right? So, who's suggesting, well, wait a minute, how could Tesla go higher, right? If this is going lower, right? So that's the question. Because couldn't this be ABC? Of course, right? Of course it could be. All right, so now if we're retracing here, what's the anticipation, right? That we're going to have that. Oh, fuck. We're going to roll over here, and this is going to go 4, 5. Right? That's what you'd be anticipating. Well, now we got, wait a minute, this is the B. So now you have to put the whole thing together, right? So you have to, let's go to the 8 hour, and that's where we were before. Well, wait a minute, if this is, okay, this is, trust me, I wanted to call this a 5, right, as well, right? We can't use this as a 5, right? We can't do a 5 here. And the same reason that we can't do the 5 that you had here, right? So this is just Elliott knowledge, right? Which you're going to get there, what's that? Because I know you're applying yourself, because I've seen what you're posting, right? I know you're working at it. So this, I know, right? You went like, oh, fuck, man, I can't call that a 5. You can't, but not just because of the overlap, because you don't have the right wavelength. You can't call it a 5, right? So if you were going to trade it this way as a diag, right, 5 would have to be longer than 3, right? The length, the wavelength doesn't work. Even though you have this clear, this is a 5, this is a 5, right? This is a question mark. So you have to do WXY to make that fly, right? As an A, so you can go A, B, C, W, A, B, C, X, A, B, C, Y, right? So you can get a corrective low here. You just can't call it a 5. And so I know it's easy, like, oh fuck, why does it matter? Well, because if you maintain that habit, it'll bite you in the ass down the road. Maybe not this trade, but at some point you're going to mislabel it, and you're going to be thinking, oh, it's corrective, and it's that's why I dwell on this, not because I'm trying to prove a point, because I don't want you to get your ass burned on a trade you mislabeled. Okay, so A, B, that's all legit, right? You're on the right track here. It's just what you're labeling here again. I want to protect you on that. Here's the C down here, right? As you got it, you have it. Right, we did this before, right? A, B, right? There's the C. Line up really nicely here where we have the golden zone. I think we looked at that earlier, where we have the golden zone here from the COVID low. All of that looks good. Okay, let me keep rolling here. Oh shit. Let me get to modern Picasso, since he I was giving him a hard time about non-posting, and now he's posting here. I got a couple more in there, but some that I've done already. So modern. What are you giving me? No, that's not you. You're giving me. You're giving me ARK. Huh? Why did I not get this? Did you give me ARK? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let me copy here. Okay, modern Picasso gave us ARK, and I'm curious to see your SPX. All right. Always happy to take. One thing about modern, he'll give me constructive criticism if I'm wrong, which is one of the reasons I like him. Okay, so this is ARK. This chick is wacky, but I kind of like her. Can we make that fly? Kathy. Well, the impulse here is hard to dispute. Well, we're not finished yet, right? So we're not done yet. So A, B, C, 1, 2, it's all there. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3, A, B, C, and the 4, right? So I think we want to go log here, don't we, Modern? Right, so we can see this a little bit better. It's our range here from 50. Yeah, we can be. So this is what he's doing here. Is this is the implied 1, 2, right? So from when it hits the market, right? So that's a just comes with experience. 1, 2, right? You're stuck with this, right? It has to, because we take out, the lows. So you got to go A, B, C. This looks like. Shit, I can't remember. Okay, so there's the 1. Let me change that color. Coming in for the 2. I'm just moving this because that's the implication here. We're coming down for the 5 of the A. What's your color choices here? Let's go up micro. Okay, so we're waiting for the 5. Well, this is kind of a no-brainer, right? So as in, not so much that we know what's coming here, but you wouldn't, like, how do you miss the 3 here? Right, as soon as you had this bit, well, do you see the fair value gap here? As soon as you have this displacement here, well, here we can kind of put this together. Oh fuck, you're giving me a 2 week? No wonder this looked a little funky, a little compressed. All right, let's do. I do the whole thing, right? Right, so right to the 50, right? So if I'm taking that swing higher, right, on the premise, right, that they'll buy it. Oh, right. So some people, they get confused on this. Like, so why is this? What does this mean? Order block. What does that mean? Right. So one of the theories is that the BIFs will buy it, right, and then they'll take the drawdown here, right, because they move so much money. I mean, Kathy ARK, well, she'd be one of them. The money is so big that they disrupt the market here. So they have to kind of work against it. So they'll be long and short at the same time. So they'll buy it here to induce retail into buying it. Then they'll go through all the drawdown here, with that intention, and so that when it comes back up here, they mitigate, as you hear that word used a lot, right? They mitigate the longs, right? So the longs, they're out. Right, the intention was always to be short. The longs get mitigated here, as in we're out at a scratch. Now I collected all of this here, so when I'm short here, I've got all of this profit potential here. Right, suck everybody in. Now suck in the bulls. Or oh, it's going higher. They close their longs. Down we go. Right, that's the theory. You'll see times where it won't play that way, but that is generally the theory, right? That what's happened here. Thus the order block, right? So if we're coming down here, it makes a little more sense, right? So, now this is a secondary pivot. Can't make it up. Well, this has got a ways to go. So I think what he did was, because I was kind of nudging these guys, I think this is one to get on your radar, because now that's secondary, right? So that's, I think right here, right? So this, oh shit, that looks like you got another one here right in the middle of it. You do, of course, right? Fuck. Look at that. That is tick to tick. Do you see you can't even see if I take this off right here. Do you see this golden zone? I don't know how anybody could pull up a chart and not check that first thing ever again. Right now, what we do down here? Well, that's not legit, right? Because from here, swing to here, we've already broken. But were you looking for it to hold here? No, you weren't. You were looking for it to hold here to drive to this. God damn it, what's with these? You're giving me micros down here. Minuscule, sorry, let's go to micro here. ABC, not hard to spot. 1, 2. Looks like one. That looks like this. 1, 2. We're in the 3, 4, 5. So this is a hurry up and wait for this to finish down here. Finish the 5. Well, he's bearish. on the whole thing, right? The count suggests bearish. You that bearish on her, Picasso? That you're going to go into the B and then she's going to roll over here and we're going to go down for the C? Well, almost doesn't matter, right? Remains to be seen. That's mighty bearish. But it's okay, because if you want to take the long side, this is going to come down here. You're going to, maybe that order block does it. All right, so something has to push here. Now we have to have a change right here. I need a higher high that takes down right high. Now we're going to go here for the B, right? And then maybe indeed that brings us down for the C. Okay, thanks for that one, Modern. I think that's I'll get it on your radar, but unless you want to be short it right now, which you're a little bit late, right? You're kind of late to that party. And then I'm curious to see his SPX. All right, he's a skilled Elliottician. All right, I welcome input from all people that have some experience. Okay, so are you giving me a count here? You're giving me, are you trading CFDs too? Oh, I guess you are. I don't know where you are in the world, Modern. Are you not in the States? For some reason I was thinking you were in the States. Okay. Same conundrum, with some nice order blocks added. Okay, so here to name I can't pronounce. Here's a scenario that would get, well, I guess we could do it this way, right? So one of the possibilities here, well, let's do it this way. Let's keep it simple. Oh, I don't want a triangle. I want this, right? So this could be WXY into an A, right? So we go A, B. Now he's giving you a couple of routes here. It's because this was complex. So we could go B, we could go into the C here, and then we rally. We could go into the B here, and this order block here holds it, and we're going to go, shit, we could do this. So this would be coming down here, so it would be, as he's giving it to us here, into a bigger B. A, B, down for the killer C. Right, all possible. So we've got order block, that language gets used loosely. Demand zone, right? We have potential demand zones here as to whether or not they are realized or not, but this is, welcome to trading. Any of these are equally, one is no more likely than the next until we get more information. So right now, how would you make that distinction? Well, you don't fucking know, right? I mean, it's, right now what I can see is, what I didn't get was what I think many were looking for. I know I was. Right, I was looking for this, 3, 4, 5, right? Didn't get it. So now, what do we got? Well, this 3 looks to be, I think we're all kind of confer that this is a 3. So if it's a B, if it's an X, either way, right? Again, for simplicity, B is in, and right now if we come over here and we do this, aren't we calling that the B? Yeah. Well, then you're like, well, what about the last B? Well, markets change. Right? No two are the same. It's like, we call them waves, right? No two waves are the same, ever, or have ever been, or ever will be. Right? There's lots of similarities, but no two waves are the same. I don't know, Modern. Right? I think we got the short looks like the better, well, path of least resistance at the moment. Downtrend, uptrend. Screw this shit. This is a weekly. Lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Downtrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Uptrend. It's not hard to figure out the trend. Right, here was the almost looks like he looked there and it was like, oh, that was the, well, that's where I was longing. 420, right? That's where I took the spies. All right, I took that long, right, on the idea that we weren't going to overlap, and got my ass handed to me. All right, it happens. Okay, so I got those two. How am I doing on time? Oh, 1:30. All right, I can squeeze back here for one more, because Fastlane Hawk, who also comes through for me when I'm asking, he wants, oh, let's look at Solana, because this is getting a lot of buzz right now in crypto. Oh, who's got? I think they do this based on who's got the most volume. It almost doesn't matter. Okay. Do you want to buy that? Let's get it in context. Okay. Same question. Would that make you excited to buy that? I think we can agree we'd have to be in log scale here. All right. Where's Al? Where's Al? What did he do last? Well, this is interesting. Okay, so let's see how we look here. Promise you we didn't work that out in advance. I'm just looking at that going, well, that looks about like, no, it's not the vicinity, it's not nearby, it's in the golden zone. Golden zone. It's 3 in a row, right? You need more? Do I need to keep going? Would you ever pull up a chart and not check that first? Ever again? There's so many of them here. There's a 50. Not vicinity. That's fucking to the tick, right? So do you want to buy it right now? These are, so it was a long time, it was the question, oh, is the algo still there in logarithmic? I'll let you draw your own conclusions there. Okay, so we can all agree that we have an impulse here. Correction. Where do we want to see the correction? If this is a 1 and this is a 2, where do we want to see the 2? Golden zone. Okay, well, if this is a 1 and this is a 2, where do we want to see the where do we want to see the 2? Golden zone. Well, if this is a 1 and this is a 2, where do we want to see the, again, it's amusing to me, I guess. I mean, we don't plan these out to do chart tricks for you. It's just, I don't draw, the market does it. Okay, so, I mean, you tell me, right? Do you look? We get right on that. Let's get in there. We're right on that pivot. What do you think happened there? Somebody bought it there. What were they thinking? Or why else would you buy it there? How did the breakout trader, oh, it's going to get well now. How did that work out for them? I mean, I can tell you all day long, don't do it. Many of you are still going to do it. Right, FOMO, that's why you do it, FOMO. It's the only reason. Otherwise you go, well, fuck, I'm not buying that, I'll wait for the retrace. You could just set this, FOMO was right here, right, same thing. Oh, I'm not missing that, man. Solana was going to the moon, man. That's a moonshot. Look at that. It swept the highs. Oh, it's going. So, are you going to buy that one? Well, let's see. Does the labeling help, right? If we're done here, this would have to be a double. Oh, fuck. Some WXY, right? It doesn't matter, right? So the premise would be, okay, lows in. 1, 2. I got to have an impulse. Now, do I know that's coming? No, I don't. Right? And this could, the fuck. With this, we might have to call this. If this rolls over again, you probably call this a 5. I got to double check that. Let's just check that length. Does that fly? It does. It does, right? So you have a candidate here. This could be 1, 2. It's kind of a sloppy 1, 2. Oh, you'd have to do A, B, C, 3, 4, 1, 2. It could be an A. Cannot eliminate that. Well, let's so just because of that, let's not be blindly bullish. Okay, possible. Oh shit! How are we going to do it if it's not an A? I'm going to back up a second. Well, you got to work from this as the 5. Oh, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Here, let's look at this. Candidate, right? Can't eliminate that. You have to do it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's nice, actually. Not bad. Now that I dig in here a little bit more, let's go for the 4. Exactly where you want to see it. Finishes right down here at a golden zone. Okay, so let's consider the alternative that we're going up for a C. Should be A, B. That's all valid. That's probably WXY into this pivot down here. Well, if this is A, B, I need an impulse. I'm looking for an impulse, I should say it that way. All right, we'll finish up on this one because I'm running long now. We're not going to know until we get there. This actually, now the more I look at this, I'm starting to like it more as an impulse. Yeah, I think we might be stuck with that. Okay, all right, so A, B, this goes against the general buzz across crypto, right? So 1, 2, pardon me, A, B, right? So let's I'm gonna hide that one until we're sure about what we got here. A, B, W, X, Y. So you'd have to do that, right? So we got an A, B. Now we need 3, 4. All right, we looked at this, right? Well, we know that's a golden zone, right? So now we want to go. So this would be 3, 4, 5. And this can come out of there now as we'd be looking for that B wave. Oh, let's do 707. All right, so we'd have a candidate here for B to come up a little higher. This is going to go A, B, 1, 2, 3. Probably bump your head there. Okay, if we don't know yet, right? So first thing we do, if we're anticipating an impulse, we want to get a channel on it. See if it's going to hold the channel. All right, so what we want, well, so the reason you put that first channel on is to confirm whether you've got a good 3. Get that up there. So what you're after here, the reason you do the channeling, right? I want this to break the channel, right? To confirm that I've got an impulsive 3, and then let that come back, right? And then we go up here, and then you draw a secondary channel. And then we do it like this, right? So that's the channel you're after, and then this one you can just hide it. That's the sequence you'd be after. 3, 4, 5, right? So first channel is substitute, and then often what you'll find is that the first channel will be the support, can be, right? It's not always to the tick. Fuck me. For the 4, right? To come right down here to the edge of that first channel. That's when now you're going to get perfect. Don't look for perfect, but if you see perfect, don't let it slip by without taking advantage of it, right? If you see this right here, and what again, right? Here's perfect. Come on, right between the 23 and the 38, at the edge of the channel, up for the 5, right? So you're taking the 5, right? So that would give you a candidate here for A. I'll put the whole thing together, right? And then we'll call this a day here. A, B, C. Go something like that. right? Solana. Now, if Solana is doing that, what's going on in the alt space? Now, there is some talk, right? I had this conversation with one of my guys this morning, that the FTX trial, right, that they're going to dump a bunch of Solana that's been held up because of the trial, that once we get through that, they're going to dump all their Solana, but that's been in the market. That's not new information. So the question is that factored in? Well, look, as we rally here, it would seem nobody's terribly concerned about that as we sit here today. It remains to be seen, right? If we get up here and complete this 5, right? Are you assuming? Well, then that's going to be interesting, right? You're going to have to assume 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to be 4, and then you're going to do a 5, right? That would be. There is. I wish I could give you the All right, it'll definitely happen. Right now, here, and I was way too quick to judge this count. Now, more as I looked at it here, this is starting to look like a pretty solid A wave. AB, right? So now here, this is my friend whose name I can't pronounce. Here's one where you look at this and you go, it doesn't make sense, or does it, right? So if crypto is going to have a bull run, this would be next year, right? So if we're going to have a bull, fuck, no, we couldn't. Not likely to have just bullish Bitcoin and not have the alts go with it. But if we're going to have a bull run in crypto in 24, if we're going to have a bull run in crypto, how would Solana be selling off like that, right? To go down here to $3. See, if you try and outthink the market, you'll end up never making a trade because it'll never make sense. All right, guys, that's probably as much as I can do there. Shit, how we do? All right, we're 15 minutes over. All right, I don't know. Hopefully I got a few nuggets out of this, right? I always do these with that intention to not make it just about the next setup. That hopefully there's a little lesson or something you hadn't thought of before, or some way that your time spent watching these videos or these live streams. I think most people watch it after the fact, and I just look at the numbers. Last week, 927 people watched it after the live stream. So hopefully you get a little. It's worth your time, right? That's sometimes why I'm long-winded here, because I'm trying to not just go, okay, fuck, okay, here's the trade. My assumption is you don't get any value out of that, right? There's somebody telling you how to trade. That your entire goal is to where you don't need someone to tell you how to trade or what to trade. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get an idea. I get ideas from people all the time. Half the live streams I trade, because somebody's go, oh shit, I hadn't seen whatever. What have we looked at today? PayPal or whatever, ARK, right? I hadn't looked at that. Can't look at everything. Oh, I like the look of that, right? I'm gonna take that trade, right? So it's not that we're not looking for ideas, but understand why you're taking the trade. Because if you're just taking the trade because you read it on the internet or you saw some live stream or some bonehead like me said, "Oh fuck, that looks great," you can't survive in the market that way. It has to be you've come to the conclusion that there's an edge there that you're willing to put money at risk on. Right? That's why all the babble. Okay, guys. Hopefully that helps. I just never know, right? But yeah, hopefully you guys keep coming back. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it there. Have a good afternoon. I'm back.